back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T. As we're ready to deliver you free picks here from this NFL card. Remainder 11-game card as we kicked off Giants in Carolina just minutes ago. Also picks from the NBA. We'll have some possibly from college hoops, NHL as well. Let's meet the cappers and we get right to the picks. That's how we operate here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. We don't mess around. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Not too much, Tony. Hey, there were some good games yesterday. We've seen that that's probably it for Georgia for the season. We can just wave them goodbye. Alabama ran right over them. 2 losses, though. It's going to be it's going to come down to that end of the end where you've got all these teams with 2 losses, and then the committee gets to pick who gets in there, and it's going to be a mess. I wouldn't want to be part of the committee that has a boatload of all these teams with 2 losses, and then you have to pick who gets in. We'll see how it goes going forward, but hopefully we don't have a whole pile of teams with 2 losses. But most likely we will. Most likely we're going to.
The controversy is going to be when they pick a 3-team loss over a non-SEC
2-team loss.
Big Ten.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that's where the problem hits,
Yep.
and that's where it's headed. I think. I think the 2-team losses will kind of work itself off like it usually has. But I think it's those 3-team loss SEC team. Should we take this 3-team loss SEC team or this 2 loss or Primes team, or something like that? Comes down to it. We could see 3 teams. Remember, SEC and Big Ten have a lot of influence. I think they may even go on their own and create a super league. We don't know. There's a lot going on in college football right now, but we'll see how things roll.
Let's
say hello. Ron, what's going on?
Good morning. How's everybody doing? Yeah, you're right, Tony. I told y'all before the SEC, not going to have anybody undefeated, so they just beat each other up. It doesn't matter who's playing. I mean, look, everybody's on Vandy. Hey, Vandy, Tobago Pavia, he's doing it. Man, they got slaughtered yesterday. Anybody see that one coming? Everybody's been on Vandy, for the last couple of weeks. The SEC is a tough business out there, and we saw it yesterday.
I mean, indeed, even no doubt about it. Even in prime time. I heard a lot of people on the plus points with the LSU team. LSU gets a job. Let's say hello, Chris. Chris, what's happening?
Oh, not much. Coming off a pretty good day yesterday. I went 3-2, and then I didn't have it as a premium, but my Rebels did take out Georgia, so that was pretty awesome there. I did have the under in that game as a premium pick, but just to be able to pull that off was amazing. So coming off a good day, got a great day in NBA, I think. So yeah.
Yeah, put it in a roll here. And of course, this state continues to be that big dog in the SEC that kind of comes through again for those of you that took those plus with those Tennessee teams. They seem to be doing that as well. All right, I don't want to put that one up there. Be careful with what I put up there. I got to read them. I got to read more than just the first few letters. All right, let's get underway here with the Tony's Picks. You guys haven't seen the comments. Now Rod just read the comments. You guys, so I was wondering when I was going to get that express. I was wondering when I was going to get that reaction. All right, let's get on board here with the college football, NFL, I should say. Let's knock off this NFL card. We'll start here. Early starts here. We've got Bills, Colts. Looks like the Bills 4 on the road in this one. We also have the Vikings and Jaguars here. We got the Vikings laying 7 on the road. Steelers and Commanders. Commanders 2.5. I see some 2s popping up. We start this one with Rod.
And we're looking at we got Vikings and the Jaguars. Yeah. I'm going to take the Vikings here in this one. I think this is one of those spots. Vikings have been slugging it their last few games. Right, they got a nice win in Indy, lost to the Rams, lost to Detroit, but Jacksonville. You look at Jacksonville; they're going to be struggling here. They struggled against the Eagles, struggling against the Packers. 2 wins, and then those 2 wins came against Indy and New England. I like Minnesota to come into Jacksonville and beat them up here in that one. This is just a tough spot. When your QB goes down, you're going to have to rely on a backup there. Yikes. It doesn't sound as much as he's been doing for Jacksonville, keeping them in games. They haven't been winning a whole pile of games, but he's definitely been keeping them in there. So without their QB in there and their leader, good luck. I think Minnesota runs it up there in that one. And the other one, where was it? 2? It's up to 2 now, you said.
We're seeing Steelers and Commanders. We're seeing
up to 2, eh?
We're seeing some of the sharp books right now. Kristen Circa has 2. Pinnacle's still 2.5. A lot of everyone 2.5, but some of the sharp books are moving to 2 now.
Yeah. Well, with good reason, right? And now when you look what do the Steelers do off of a bye? When they get that bye, Tomlin comes out. He's won they're 4-0 ATS in their last 4 off the bye week. So everybody's looking at that, going, that's just what Tomlin does. And then what does Tomlin do against rookie QBs as well? Right? He just eats them up and spits them up. Is what goes on there. So I can see why that line's been moving. I like the under, though. I think we get instead of one of them high-scoring shootout games, I'm going to go with an under. I think we get a low-scoring game that the defenses step up here in this one. We know that the offenses have been shining, but I like the under there. Give me the under 45 there in that one.
Yeah, from Rob, we move on over to Ron.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Rod on I think Pittsburgh is probably the side here. You know, you look at Russell Wilson, he's 11-0 as a dog of less than 4 points. And we know what Tomlin does. So I think I'm right up. But I'm going to take the over, Rod. I think I think both teams can score. But this is going to be the best defense the Washington Commanders have faced all year. So definitely it's going to be a great game. As far as Minnesota, you trust Mac Jones? I don't. Yeah, give me the Vikings all day long and twice on today. So yeah, give me the Vikings in that one.
There from Ron, we move on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm in agreement here with the Vikings. I think everybody said everything there. I just don't trust the Jags. And then for the Pits, I guess I'll take the Steelers on that one. It wasn't a premium or anything. I went back and forth with that, but still laid the point with the points with the Steelers in that one.
Yeah, from Chris, what I think about these games in this slot here. Yeah, I'm going to look at the Steelers. I'm impressed with Russell Wilson. Money is shape that I think the whole situation came down to Russell Wilson's playing shape. Yeah, he got a little out of shape there in his previous stops there in Denver, at the end there in Seattle. But I just think that Tom is the type of guy that could have a face-to-face with Russ, you're going to play for me. You're going to have to be in playing shape, you know. And I think he got into it. You can see he's a little more quickness there on the field, getting things done. I mean, look at the passing numbers that he's putting up right now with the Steelers. 9.5 yards per pass attempt. They're putting up 30 points a game. Steelers better defense than the Commanders, so I'll take Pittsburgh there. In the other ones we've got here, the Vikings game. Yeah, I'm going to be with the Vikings in this spot. Minnesota's been actually a pretty good road favorite. They're 5-1 of the spread as a road favorite. You know, Darnold has healthy weapons, right? And you're facing his receiving core and his tight end back going up against this really bad Jaguars pass defense. I think that right there is the matchup there that fits this Vikings team to cover this big number. And not only do you have Mac Jones at quarterback, is that you have this wealth of playmakers against this bad defense there from the Jaguars. I'm going to look here at, speaking of bad defenses, I'm going to take Buffalo late against this bad Colts defense. I mean, you look at the Colts over their past 3 games, giving up 70% completions, 7.1 yards per pass attempt. Buffalo to roll there as well. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show as we get ready here for the next series of games here from this NFL card. Next up will be Falcons and Saints, Broncos and Chiefs, 49ers and Buccaneers. We get on started with Ron.
Hold on a second here. Somebody, his name's on the link. I was just looking at it says Solo said there was no link, and I was like, there was a link. His name's on the link.
Was it? Okay, so maybe he's took a different email. All right, let's see here.
The link is there. I'm quite sure your name's on there, Jonathan. Quite sure. Sure, it's on there.
I'll send it back.
You check. Yeah, you send it back to him and see.
It's going to your Yahoo account. Is where it's going to. Like that's the case. Come on. Go ahead. Keep going, Rod. I'll take care of it.
Okay, you went to.
I went to Falcons, Saints, Broncos, Chiefs, 49ers, Bucks.
Okay, looking at the Falcons and the Saints here in that one. You know what? I like the over 46.5 there in that one. Both offenses can definitely put up points. And that New Orleans offense definitely slowly starting to get healthy. We've seen guys slowly pop back in. Carr last week, Olave the week before. So we see what they did at the start of the year scoring points. I think they can get to that same point there. And we know what Atlanta's been doing offensively. So give me the over 46.5 there in that one. And then on. don't want to jump a time slot. Did
There we
you
go.
Bucks and 49ers?
Bucks and 49ers on this one. Yep.
Yeah. So looking at San Francisco, there's another team that's slowly starting to get healthy. They should be getting CMC back for this one. How much are they going to use him, right? He's going to make a season debut, but I don't think he runs for like 40 attempts. So they'll definitely limit his workload this week. But the 49ers offense, I think we get some points. And Tampa, even with all the injuries that they've had, they've still had the next man up and been able to score points. Baker Mayfield just finds the next man up, and they continue to score points. So I like the over 50.5 there in that one. I think both teams, the way they've been scoring, 28 points average, 27 points average, that gets us well over this 50 number. That's just definitely been on the rise up to 50.5 in places. So give me the over, 49ers, Bucks.
Yeah, from Ron, we move on over to Ron.
I love the 49ers here coming off a bye week. Tampa Bay coming off that, Monday night thriller in Kansas City. They should have gone for 2. And it just disheartening. And you look at Atlanta has beaten, Tampa Bay twice. So Tampa Bay's pretty much out of the division. I think it's pretty much Atlanta's division at this point. But last time it was a Onyeku field goal to win it for the Falcons, even though the Saints did cover in Atlanta earlier in the season. I still don't think the Saints are back. We'll let Solo talk about that when we get down to him. But I like the over there with Rod. And this is really easy. Kansas City and Denver under. Take it.
Yeah, from Ron, we move on over to Chris.
I'm gonna lay the points with Atlanta. They're 3-0 on the road and 5-2 against NFC teams. So I'm gonna take a shot with Atlanta there. You look at their offensive numbers; they're putting up 400 yards of offense on the road. I don't know. I'm near Atlanta, so we'll take a chance with them against the Saints. And then I'm on San Francisco. In this one, they are getting CMC back. I don't think he has a big a game, maybe as everybody's thinking, because his first game back. But I would still probably take him for a touchdown. There's not much value on it. I think it's still like negative 230 or something. But I bet he gets a touchdown in this one. And then Denver, Kansas City. Yeah, I agree with the under.
There from Chris, we move on over to Solo with these group of games: Falcons, Saints, Broncos, Chiefs, 49ers, Bucks.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Yeah, good to be on here. I'm rolling. I'm gonna hold my nose. Last week I lost with the Broncos. I think they bounced back this week. I think this is slightly let down spot for the Chiefs. I'm gonna take a chance with the Broncos on the money line. The Saints Falcons game, like you say, the Saints fired the coach. They might have a little juice, a little more energy. I just don't think they have the talent. I'm gonna take the under. And the 49ers Bucks game, I've watched Baker Mayfield without a lot of weapons just go up and down the field and find a way to score points. The 49ers look healthy. I'm going to take the over.
Yeah, all right. Let's go back here with Solo here. The ones we started with here: Bills, Colts, Vikings, Jaguars, Steelers, Commanders to get you caught up.
I'm taking the Steelers on the money line. Love this pick. I think Tomlin, finds a way. Ever since they inserted Russell into the starting lineup, offense got a little boost. TJ Watt is still there. I think they slowed the Commanders down a little bit, win it late. I'm going to lay it with the Bills. I just don't believe in the Colts defense. I know they've been covering a lot of spreads, but the last couple of weeks, they just haven't looked too good. What was the other game? I'm sorry. The first game, the game right now?
We have the Vikings, Jaguars. Yeah. Mac Jones. Mac Jones.
I'd probably take the over. I think the Vikings run it up.
Yeah, that receiving core against that Jaguars secondary, man. This is looking at their chops right now. I think all their Addison and company, they're going to just look at their chops there. I think going up against that secondary for Jaguar. Someone asked about that. We didn't cover the game it started, but I hate to sound like, if you saw my video, you saw my pick, I like Carolina plus the points, and they're up 7-0. So I hate to sound that way. I was going to give it out earlier, but the Jaguars. I will say Bryce Young was staying in the pocket and throwing the football, not dancing out of the pocket when he felt rushers. So pretty good drive there by the Carolina Panthers, get on the board 7-0. I'll tell you
live under.
Live under there? Okay, live under there from Ron. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take the Falcons in here. You take a look at this. The Saints team as a dog here. Home dog is 7 or fewer, 1-6 of the spread. The Falcons have been a pretty good road team. You're very right for this team. I think everybody has domes now, right? That used to be the case back in the old days. Dome team going outdoors. Well, a lot of these teams are in domes now. So the Falcons on the road averaging 30 points, 5 yards per rush, really efficient passing game. And we know the Saints defense really bad form right now. So I'll look here at Atlanta in this spot. 49ers and Bucks. Yeah, I'll be that one taking that over. I think the Bucks could be in chase mode here, like I said before in their game against was it Buffalo? Or was it I think they had was it Ravens? I think it was when they went over in that game. Tampa Bay defense, man, look at their past 3 games, giving up 34 points, 5.5 yards a carry, 78% completions, 8.3. It gets the more I talk, the more it gets worse. But their offense puts up points, as we said here. Baker Field finds a way. Again, they could be in chase mode here. The 49ers have been 7-3 to the over when they've been a favorite of 3.5 to 9.5 points on the road. And again, just good running teams. The Bucks 5-2 the over at home, facing good running teams. So I'll go over there. And we got here Broncos, and I think that Broncos game I'm going to go under in this one. This Chiefs defense has been so powerful. And again, it's tough with Nix and his efficiency down the field. That's the concern I have with them. And also, the Broncos have been under 7-3 against winning teams. KC, that under trend here, 17-6 the under at home. Yeah, Mahomes, he loses weapons. They still win games, but they're not putting up these big offensive numbers. They're really relying on the defense, and that's what it is. Defense is getting it done here. There, look at the under in that one. And we got through that set of games. All right, let's continue here on the Tony This Morning Show as we get ready to knock out the next series of games from the NFL, and they will be the Patriots and Bears, Titans and Chargers, Eagles and Cowboys. We get started here with Rod.
Yeah, and New England and the Bears. Looking at that one, I'm going to take the under 39. I think we got a lower scoring one. Chicago's going to run the ball against New England. We'll attempt to anyways with Swift. I think he has a good game. So I think what happens there is you see these long, sustained drives chewing up the clock. Whether they punch them in for touchdowns or field goals, either way, you get a lower scoring game there. Give me the under 39 in that one. And then, which two did you do?
Titans, Chargers, Eagles, Cowboys.
Okay, I just wanted to see which two you did in the next time slot, because those ones are in. You're looking at Tennessee taking on the Chargers. It's like I don't want to touch Tennessee at all. I don't even care who's at QB. They're looking at Levis. Maybe if he feels comfortable enough to come back in this one, you might see him back behind center. But I don't trust Tennessee at all. This Chargers team, as you see, they're just slowly getting better and better week after week after week. That defense, guess what? Best in the NFL, holding teams to 12.7 points a game. The defense just keeps getting better game by game. Watch out for the Chargers team there. I'm going to lay it there with the Chargers. I think they cruise over the Titans there in that one. And then Jets in Arizona.
That's the next one.
Oh, that's the next one.
Eagles, Cowboys.
Eagles, Cowboys. Looking at that one, you just it all comes down on Cooper Rush. Do you think Cooper Rush can move this Cowboys offense? And even if he does, he's got to keep up with the Eagles offense that gets A.J. Brown back for this one. So the Eagles just got even more weapons on offense. I think that turns into a blowout. I don't know. Sharps are thinking Dallas is going to step up in this one. Well, you got to step up defensively and slow down the Eagles. And that Cowboys defense, it stinks. Absolutely stinks. I'm sorry, but they give up plenty. The Eagles are drooling today. They're like, oh, yeah, we're going to get lost. Let's put a 50 chunk on these guys. I like the Eagles in the over there. Now.
You make a good point, because all the discussion has been Rush versus Prescott, and we forgot about the guy. No one's talking about the Cowboys defense. Move on over to Ron.
Yeah, on the Bears, this is a get right spot, as you saw earlier in the season. They just can't play on the road, but they're pretty good at home. So I'm going to lay it with the Bears in that one. Titans and the Chargers, all defensive game here. Definitely take the under. But the Chargers are 10-0-1 against the AFC South at home, so take that in mind. I don't like laying over 7 with them, but definitely defensive spot there for both teams. And I got to go with the Eagles. They're just a better team. Dallas is just in disarray, and I don't trust Cooper Rush. I know a lot of people are going to jump on it. Well, nobody's going to expect them, but I think the Eagles roll here.
And from Ron, we move on over to Chris.
Yeah, and the Bears, New England, I'm gonna take the Bears. Definitely a good home team for that. I think it is a bounce back, a good spot for them. As far as the Eagles and Cowboys, definitely rolling with Philadelphia. And they're 4-1 against the spread on the road, so I don't think they have any problem here, especially with this Dallas team. And then I'm leaving the Tennessee Chargers game alone.
And from Chris, we move on over to Solo.
Yeah, the Bears Patriots game, like you say, two young quarterbacks. I think we see a ton of mistakes. I think see a couple opportunities that aren't capitalized. I think we hit the under. The Chargers, I think Harbaugh's, like you say, Harbaugh's putting his stamp on his team. They're playing real good defense. They're running the ball. I think they cruised the victory in this one. That Cowboys-Eagles game is a tricky game. I don't trust the Cowboys defense. I'm going to take the over.
Over there from Solo, I'll tell you what I think about these games. Yeah, I'm going to be that guy taking the Patriots here plus the 6. I'm just not sold yet on this Bears offense and their passing game. Look at their past 3 games, just 5.4 yards per pass attempt. And their defense is coughing up some yardage on the ground, giving up 5.2 yards a carry. Patriots can run the football. May under quarterback. I'll look for him in this spot. They're high completions but low yardage, but maybe just to plot that ball downfield, take the 6 there with the Patriots. Also, as we move into the afternoon slots here, Titans and Chargers. This will not be a popular pick. I know this, but I'm going to take over in this game only because this Tennessee defense, man, look at their past 3 games. Giving up 34 points. They're giving up 5.5 yards a carry, 70% completion rate. And they are throwing for 230 yards in this period. This may be a game where Tennessee's in chase mode. I think the Chargers could be clear in the lead in this one. Also, looking here at the LA offense here, their defense is giving up over 5 yards a carry on the ground. Titans here against these good passing teams that average 7 yards per pass attempt or greater. 4-1 in the over on the road. I'll take the over in this one between the Titans and the Chargers. And yeah, we're getting back to that Eagles-Cowboys. It's the Cowboys defense that's putting me on the Eagles in this one. Although when you look at Philadelphia's numbers, you look at their past 3 games, put up 31 points, 5 yards a carry on the ground, 75% completion rate. This team is just on cranking right now. The defense is playing well too. Over that 3-game period, teams are rushing for 3.5 yards a carry, 4.3 yards per pass attempt. Cowboys at home giving up 40 points a game. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Woo. That is rough there. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Eagles in that spot. All right, let's continue.
And only scoring 17 at home.
Yeah.
I believe is the average. So only averaging 17 points at home and giving up 40.
The Lions game was ugly. No, the Saints game was ugly. And, the Eagles come in. Of course, Dallas is really banged up on the defensive end too. So there's issues there with the defense. There is issue. I'm making too much about this Russian Prescott quarterback change. It's still the bad defense back there. All right, speaking of bad, Rod's got his right ready to go. Here we go.
Backup cam going.
You got the backup camera going. All right, now we get back. All right,
backup camera going on Sundays. Sometimes.
Let's close out the NFL here with the Jets Cardinals, and I'm seeing the Jets between 2 and 1.5. Here, the sharp books are kind of torn here between 1.5 and 2, so they're not in agreement here with these sharp books here. Lions and Texans, we're seeing 3.5, since we see a 3 at a sharp book as well. The sharps are also dueling in this game as well, between 3.5 and 3s. Total 49.5. We start with Rod.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Arizona in this one. I don't trust the Jets. I do not care. Hey, look, the Jets! Here comes the Jets. No, look what Arizona's been doing, playing better offensively, and their defense. That was awful. That everybody was calling them a train wreck, and they can't stop anything. Well, they've stepped up in the last few games. Definitely slowing up the other team offensively, and not having to not making it so hard on their own offense to have to try to keep pace with what the defense has been giving up. So you're going to give me a nice plus money with the home dog there. I'm going to take the home dog. Give me Arizona. I don't trust the Jets to come all the way across the country to play Arizona and get themselves a win. No, that's the Sharp Panther parlay buster play of the day is if you want to take the Jets, go have at her. I'm going to take Arizona on the money line there in that one. Love Arizona in that spot. And then the night one, is that what we're looking at? The last one?
Sunday night. Yep.
The Sunday nighter, you got Detroit taking on Houston. And do you want to get in front of the Detroit train? Not me. People think that Houston, that 3.5 at the hook. I think they're baiting you with the 3.5 at the hook. Not this guy. I'm going to extend it out there. Give me Detroit minus 6.5. I think they beat up on Houston there. As much as Houston can keep it close, Detroit team is solid. Look how many times they pinned 30, 40. That offense is rolling, and that defense is starting to step up. So, yeah, Lions -6.5. I think they win by. Might even extend it. I think they win by 10+. Blowout on Sunday night.
Wow, this is a blowout there on Sunday Night Football. No, Rico Collins may be coming off. I think he did come off the injured reserve, was on the active list, but still questionable here. We'll see whether or not he goes. I'm pretty sure they're going to test it out here during pregame. They have a lot of time to decide what to do with Nico. There's a lot of time. This is a night game. It'll be a game time call for Nico there. We move on over to Ron.
Yeah, I guess who's in the 4th spot in the NFC? The Arizona Cardinals. Could you imagine that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, and actually, they're really good before their bye week. They're 5-0-1 against the spread before their bye, and the Jets are just horrible going out and playing the NFC. We saw it earlier when they played against the 49ers. They just cannot play the NFC. They're 2-13 as a dog after winning consecutive games, and yeah, you don't want the Jets here. I personally, I don't think they have enough offense to keep up here, but not sure why that line is the way it is. But I'm going to go with Arizona. I agree with Rod on that one. There's just too much hype going on about these Detroit Lions. It's just a lot of talk. So I'm going to pass on that game, but I would look probably over.
There from Ron, and we move on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to take the Cardinals there. Not even a thought there against the Jets. And then, of course, Detroit-Houston. I'm going to lay it with my Lions. I think they come into Houston and take care of business there. Just a better cover team. If you look at Houston at home, they're 1-2 against the spread. As far as Detroit, they're 4-0 on the road. Just better team on all levels. So we're going to go with the Lions in that one, just straight out.
There from Chris on over to Solo.
Yeah, the Jets Cardinals game. I reviewed this game, and obviously, despite the point that I faded Aaron Rodgers for 24 straight games, and I'm up big, I looked at the game. Kyler Murray, he's the best player on the field. The Cardinals are the better team there at home. That's just the play. You've got to take the Cardinals right there with the plus money. The Lions-Houston game, I'm agreeing with Ron. It's just a little too much hype on these Detroit Lions. I'm going to take the Houston Texans on the money line. I know they don't have the receivers. It just seems like a bad spot for Detroit. I'm gonna take Houston.
There for Houston. There for Solo. How I look at these games. At some point when you win on paper and you lose on the scoreboard, I think it reverses. I think this is going to happen to the Jets here. They have some pretty stats, but the scoreboard's always ugly for them. They just find ways to manufacture losses. I think at some point that's going to reverse its course here. I think I'm going to take the Jets here in this spot. When you look here at the Jets defense over their past 3 games, given 4.3 yards a rush. 50% completion rate. They're running the ball, 4.2 yards a carry. Arizona's pass defense is a concern for me here. At home, give up 70% completion, 7 yards per pass up. I think Aaron Rodgers bet in Green Bay days and might have had success in this stadium. I know a few playoff games where they put up a lot of points there, but that won't mean nothing. It really means nothing his days in Green Bay. I shouldn't even have brought that up. But anyway, I think the Arizona pass defense is what concerns me, so I'll take New York in that one. And I'm not going to get in front of this Lions train. It's just 8-2 to the road as a favorite. Houston 2-8 to the spread at home, following a road defeat. And the issue there, CJ's just been inaccurate, inefficient in the passing game. Maybe the loss of the receivers there have been an issue here, and also the defense here is getting 5 yards to carry on the ground over their past 5. So, past 3 games, Lions 36 points a game, 83% completions, 5.2 yards per rush. I know these numbers are way over their peak. It's got to regress at some point, but even if you're completing 70%, I think that should be good enough. All right.
Here's a stat for you. You want to in that game? Look, Detroit taking on Houston. When the total is equal to or higher than 45.5, dating back to 2023. The Lions are 11-0 ATS when the total is over 45.5, going all the way back to 2023 here in the spot. So roll Lions, baby.
Wow, look how excited they are. Ron, look how excited they are about the Lions. They're even having a watch party for a regular season game against a non-division, out-of-conference opponent. It's not even a Vikings or Packer game. Wow, they got to tell you, the excitement is really high over there for Detroit. When you have a watch party,
is Detroit on
a regular
the
season game.
Thanksgiving this week?
They're always on the Thanksgiving. They always,
they always play
always, right?
Yeah,
that's what I figured. Always on the Thanksgiving, right? So short week for them. See,
No,
they pound tonight,
we're
and then they'll be fat and happy on Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving's late this year. We're still 2 weeks.
We still got a couple weeks.
Oh, it's still a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's late.
I thought it was coming up.
29th. I think.
Yeah, I have to wait another 7 days to get the turkey. I'm really upset about that.
Yeah,
really upset. That's the one holiday I look forward to eating.
My bad.
I got to wait an extra 7 days. I think the latest Thanksgiving. I think this is the time this year. This is when it used to be, man. Yeah, that's right. Listen to Ron On's pretty funny. Yeah, we ain't used to this. That's why we're gonna have these watch parties for out of conference games. There you go. All right. Listen, we got through the NFL, right? I got out of we are. We got through it all. My pick was in there. Yes, it was. Okay, let's continue here on the Tony S'more Show. Let's go to the association. They throw 11 games at us. I think what's happening is we went through a week where we had a day off on Tuesday, so the NBA schedule's kind of out of whack, right? We're having these small cards, massive cards. Let's hit the NBA. We'll hit them in threes here. Rockets and Pistons here. Rockets 3.5, 4 on the road. The time is early here for this one. Celtics Bucks. We've got the Celtics here laying 4.5 on the road. Total 228. Knicks and Pacers here. Knicks 3 on the road. 229. We'll go to Rob.
Yeah, and the one I'm looking at is Boston to beat up on the Bucks again. We've seen Boston beat up the Bucks. Was it 119, 108? Yeah, I think they do it again. You're not tricking me. That line's at 4.5. Okay, I'll lay it with Boston, even lighter. I don't trust the Bucks there at home. Here, give me Boston. Pound Milwaukee again. The only one I like in that spot.
That's off from Rod, and we move on over to Ron.
I'm in agreement there. I don't know what the heck's going on with these Milwaukee Bucks. I've taken them a couple times. I thought I was getting 7.5 the other night with the Knicks. They got blown out. I was like, this is ridiculous, man. I don't know what's wrong with this team, And why would you fire your coach last season when you had a 30-13 record? That just made no sense to me at all, And you're going to bring in Doc, right? What's Doc doing? Not a damn thing. Yeah, give me the Celtics to roll in that one. And this is a revenge game. Remember Knicks and Pacers. So Knicks are just not a good team on the road. I just can't figure them out. They played well at home, so I'm going to take the Pacers plus the points in that one.
Yeah, it's usually because when you're too dependent on starters, that happens there with these teams with no bench. Move on over to Chris.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to take we're looking at what, Boston –
we're looking at Boston, Bucks, Rockets, Pistons, Knicks, Pacers.
Gotcha. Yeah, definitely leaving that Rockets Pistons one alone. Don't want any part of that. Boston, I'm going to lay it with Boston, and I'm going to take the Pacers. I mean, I think it's just a good spot for them at home there. So, yeah, take Pacers and Bucks on that one.
Yeah, from Chris. I just kind of think up the injuries here. Duran is doubtful here for Detroit. Porzingis out. A lot of questionables here. Jaylen Brown now questionable here for Boston. On the Milwaukee side, we got Middleton still out. Trent Jackson questionable. Probable for Giannis. And for the Pacers, we got Nesmith out. McConnell, Nembhard questionable. Obi Toppin questionable. So some rotational guys there could be banged up here for the Pacers. For the Knicks, the usual guys. Achua, Robinson out. Payne questionable. So we move on over to Solo.
Tony, did you say Middleton's back?
Middleton's out. Middleton's out.
Okay, he's still out. Okay, good.
Yeah, so the Rockets Pistons game, I'm gonna lay it with the Rockets. I think this is a nice bounce back spot for Detroit. They got rolled the other night with OKC. Like you say, Duran's out. I think they jump out them early, put a little defense on the Pistons. They cover this spread. The Pacers and the Knicks game, like Ron says, it's a bounce back spot. It's probably gonna be an ugly game. I'm gonna take the under. It's kind of a high total. I know Nesmith is out, but they run with Mathurin. Mathurin kind of takes a lot of reckless shots, doesn't play defense. We're going to take this under.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what I think about this one. I'm going to stay away with Duran out. There is a big angle here going against Houston, but they got their rebounder out, and Pistons are the best rebounding team in the league. So Houston's if Duran plays, just something to think about. Houston 1-12 the spread on the road against teams that out-rebound opponents by 3 or greater points per game, but their big guy may be out in this one, so scratch that. In the Bucks and Celtics game, I'm going to lay it here with Boston. Milwaukee has really struggled with 3-point defense. Their guards aren't quick enough to cover that perimeter, giving it 42% from 3, man. If you're playing that kind of defense, Boston will drain you. Boston just destroys bad defensive teams, so I'll look at him. I look for them in that spot. Yeah, I'll look there.
Beat him by 1 with Jaylen Brown, and he's out, right?
Yeah, Jaylen Brown is questionable.
Questionable, yeah.
Questionable here. So let's see what Brown is. Let's take a look here. Iffy against Boston with the hip. So that's iffy. Let's see here. No word yet on whether
He's
or not
50-50, it looks
50,
like
50,
on Roto.
Yeah, 50-50 in this spot. So I'll take him in this one here in that spot. And I'm going to look here with the Pacers plus the 3. The Knicks are a team that I'm going to look to fade on the road. That's just how wait. I got the right game here. Rockets and Pistons here. That's what I've got there. And I think I had the Knicks there. I think, what did I do here? I got myself out of order here. I'm going to be looking at the Pacers in that game at plus the 3. New York here, really good offensive numbers. But when you look at them on the road, they're going to 48% shooting, 39% from 3. Indiana at home hitting over 49%, 42% from 3. And they're defending Indiana 10-3 the spread as a home dog. I'll look Indiana at the plus price in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show as we continue here to the next series of games from the NBA, and they will be Wizards and Magic, Heat, T-Wolves, Warriors and Thunder. We go on over to Rod.
Yeah, and I'm going to take the Wizards plus the 10 points there. I still don't trust Orlando. No Banchero still. So I know they got a nice win last time out, but laying 10 with the Magic, not where I want to be putting my money right now. 10 is just too many. This Wizards team, I think they come up in this spot. And you look Orlando so far this season, when this total is this high, they're 0-5 ATS when you get a higher total. Anything higher than 220 so far this season, Orlando's failed to cover. So give me Washington plus the 10 points there. And then you went Charlotte, Philadelphia, Miami, Minnesota?
No, we went to Wizards, Magic, Heat, Timberwolves, Warriors, and the Thunder.
Warriors and the Thunder. Okay. Looking at the Heat taking on Minnesota, I'll take the Heat plus the 8 there in that one. We see Minnesota plenty of times not cover spreads, get the win. But 8 seems like a little too many to me. Give me the Heat plus the 8 there in that one. And then, man, I want to take Golden State plus the 6.5 there in that one. But I think it's a stay away way. Oklahoma's playing hoops. I lean to Golden State to step up in this spot and battle Oklahoma. But the way OKC is playing, I just can't do it. I'm going to watch that game and enjoy it and see, because I think that's one of those ones we're going to see in the future playoff series going forward in NBA this year. That definitely has headlong for a big giant battle in the West playoff game series going forward. So I'm going to watch that and enjoy it. Lean to the Warriors plus the 6.5 there, but as I said, I'm just going to watch and enjoy.
Watch and enjoy from Ron. Move on over to Ron.
Yeah, in this slot, you got two of the greatest road covering teams. I always want to take them. Problem is, Butler's out for Miami. Yeah. I would love Miami there, but I can't take them without Butler. I'm going to stick with Orlando. You know, they were 22-6 at home last year against the spread, and I know, we got the big guys out. Looks like Isaac's going to go, and I think Orlando covers this. I know it's right on my number. I have it about 11, so, it's really close, but Orlando still seems to cover at home, so I'm going to take the Orlando Magic in that one. And like I said, one of the best covering teams on the road just got blown out in Cleveland. Give me Golden State to bounce back. I know it's OKC, but I love the Warriors on the road.
There from Ron. We'll move on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to let the points with the Wizards here without Banchero. I just feel until he comes back, I can't back the Magic. I don't know. I'll probably stay away from him. Not anything I'm going to bet, but if I had to lean, I'd just take the points with Washington. As far as Miami, Minnesota, I think it's just too many points for Minnesota. I think they get the win, but I'd take Miami to cover. And OKC, I'm gonna take OKC on that one. I went back and forth on that, and I just think they're better defense, and they can try to keep stuff under control and everything. But yeah, just I'm gonna lay it with OKC there.
Yeah, from Chris on over to Solo.
Yeah, the Timberwolves look like they slowly kind of gelling on offense. I think they find a way to put up some points. I actually kind of want to sprinkle the Heat on the money line, but I'm going to take the Heat Timberwolves over. The Wizards Magic game, I kind of lean toward Orlando, but I think both teams will struggle to points. So we're going to take the under. I'm with the Warriors on the money line. They got down 40 the other day. They got embarrassed. I think they bounced back. I'm going to lay it and forget it. We're on the money line with Golden State. Bounce back.
That's back there from Solo. Tell you what I think about some of these games here. I'm going to go agree there with the over there with Miami and Minnesota. Well, Minnesota at home put up 117 points per 100 possessions, hitting 49% from the floor, 44% from three there. So I'll look here for the over in that one. And the Heat are making their threes this year on the road, 42%. And they're not defending very well on the road this year, 49% shooting overall. So I'll look for the over in that spot. I'm there with the Warriors here at the plus price. OKC has been a very good defensive team, but just average when it comes down to offensive efficiency, 112 points per 100 possessions. They are the 27th team in rebounding percentage. So not a good. Remember, the rebounder is out, Hartenstein. That's why they brought him in to try to fix that rebounding issue. Those things matter here in these type of lines when you're laying 7. So I'll look at the Warriors here at the plus price. Yeah, that Magic Wizards not a very high confidence pick for me either way. If anything, I would look at taking the points only because the numbers are horrible for Orlando without Banchero in the lineup. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show as we continue on with this NBA card here for Sunday's card. We have a total of 11 games, so we'll go next with Hornets, Sixers, Mavericks, and Nuggets. Keep an eye on Luka's status. I believe it's questionable. Kings and Suns. Durant out for a couple of weeks there for Phoenix. We move on over to Rod.
Yeah, right. So I think the Kings there on the money line. No Durant, no clutch guy hitting those big shots in that one for Phoenix. So he's Mr. Consistent. So with him out, yeah, I'm going to bet against Phoenix in that one. Give me the Kings. Was it a point? It's rising. So jump on it quick. Give me the point.
Yeah, there's a pick. There's a Pitt's pick point. Yeah, it is rising. It's now 1.5 in some places. Yeah,
it's going to rise without Durant in there. They're like, oh, yeah, okay, we know who's left with Phoenix. So, yeah, we're not trusting those guys. Sacramento is going to be just on the rise. So jump on that quick. The other one we were looking at, Charlotte taking on the 76ers. Yeah. Not trusting the 76ers. Off to just an awful start to the season, and I don't see it getting any better here. Charlotte's solidly hanging in games, so give me the 4.5 there with Charlotte 5-4 against the number defensively, and 6-2 to the under. Yeah, playing some defense there with the total at 212, first to 100. I'll take Charlotte plus the 4.5 there in that one. Maybe even sprinkle on the money line to outright the 76ers at home. I don't trust the 76ers at all right now.
And no Embiid, no Max or Philly, no Miles Bridges there for
yeah, right. So who's playing? What are they? They got an open call to
Lowry, Oubre, Paul George. Yeah, that's who they got to rely on there. We move on over to Ron.
Yeah, the Sixers can't cover at home. They can't cover on the road. They can't cover at all. Definitely going with the Hornets in that one, plus the points there. Yeah, it looks like there's a long list of injuries for the Mavericks. Coming off a loss to Phoenix, I still kind of like what I don't like what Denver's doing at home. It's kind of odd this year. I know they're beating up some of the weaker teams, but I'll probably pass on that. Maybe the over there, I think. And then I agree with Rod. Ever since DeRozan's come to this team, man, they're a different team. I'm loving the Kings this year. They're a recovering machine, and we know what they did as a dog on the road last year. I know they started out as a dog, but slowly moving to that favorite side, but still, I love the Kings in this one.
They're from Ron. Move on over to Chris.
Yeah, the Dallas-Denver game I gave out in my free video. I'm going to take the under in that one. I guess with Luka being questionable too. But I would take Dallas with the points too. Like Ron said, I don't like what Denver's doing at home. So I'd back Dallas there. And I'm just going to I had Sacramento to cover the points, but at this point, just take them on the money line with Durant being out. And they're a really good road team. So, yeah, we're just going to go with the Kings and Dallas in that one.
From Chris, we move on over to Solo.
Yeah, the Hornets 76ers game. Yeah, you can't trust the 76ers right now. Nobody's out there but Paul George. They'll struggle to score. I think this total probably goes under, but I'd probably go with the Hornets on the money line. The Kings-Suns game, that line is a little funny, man. I think I'm going to roll with the Suns. I think they have the better coach. I think they have the best player on the floor. I think Devin Booker shows out, gets it done in front of the home crowd. I'm rolling with the Suns on the money line.
There from Solo, say what I think about some of these games. I'll take Charlotte as well. Philadelphia, 29th, second to last in rebounding percentage this year. Now that, and also at home, they're shooting poorly, 41% overall, and they're giving up 52% shooting, 43% from three. I'll take Charlotte in that spot. Also here in this Kings and Suns game, I will go ahead and take Sacramento here. Durant is a concern. Also, the Suns are also 29th in offensive rebounding. So they're one of those teams, a one and done, one possession type of team. And I'll take the Kings here in this spot. Kings, boy, on the road, they're shooting the ball very well, almost 50% shooting. And I'll look them in this spot. Durant, the concern here for a Suns team that really lacks a little bit of depth there for my liking. And boy, with this Dallas team, I'm not a very high confidence one for me here on this Dallas Denver, so I'll leave that one alone for the live show. Let's continue here on the Tony Strick Morning Show. And as we'll continue on here with the final two from the NBA, we'll move over to Grizzlies Blazers here, Raptors and the Lakers here. Big line here for LA. We start with Rod.
Yeah, and I like. I'm looking at the Raptors and Lakers there now, and I'll take the Raptors plus the points. We've just seen these two teams play, and Raptors got the cover versus the Lakers at home. I know it was the back end of that long road trip for the Lakers, but even back here at home, 10.5. Raptors just keep covering. You give them too many points. Still disrespecting this Raptors team, so I'll take the points with the Raptors there in that one. I also like the over, as we've seen. It was a track meet in a game that the Lakers had some players out, and it was you figured it was going to get a slow pace type game, and you got a high fast pace. You got into the 250s almost, and look where this total is. Yeah, give me the over. It was at 232 in that game. It's up to 236. Bookmakers are guarding against another high game as well. We get into the 240s, so give me the over there in that one. Raptors cover and the over. Same game parlay.
Same game parlay there from Ron. Move on over to Ron.
Tell me if I heard this one before. Davis's game time decision.
yeah. When is he not? That's when it's.
When is he not?
Right.
Yeah.
My best bet last night was the Raptors against the Clips. Nice cover there. I just don't like them back to back. And the Lakers are actually 4-0 at home against the spread. But I'm agree with Rod. I'm not going to stand in front of that 7-2 ATS record for the Raptors. So we'll go ahead and go with the Raptors again on that one. And the last one, what was that?
Memphis Grizzlies to Portland.
Yeah, I don't like what Memphis is doing on the road. Chris can probably talk more into that. But they're a couple of years ago. When Ja was in there, I mean, I would love them on the road. Pretty much. Every time they were a dog on the road, they're looking like a pick 'em here, maybe -1. They are the better team, but I'm seeing Bain, Smart, of course, Ja. I don't know. Give me the over in that one. I think they get points.
Yeah, from Ron on over to Chris.
I'm definitely going to go with the Raptors, and that's lay the points. I think LA gets the win, but I just think the Raptors cover. And with a bunch of our weapons and Memphis being out with Ja, Bain, Smart, I mean, it just keeps going. I mean, we did pretty decent last year as a G League team. I mean, we didn't do great, but I would agree with Ron with the over. I don't think anybody's playing defense on anything. I think everybody's just going to be shooting the ball wherever they want to. And I mean, you got some good people. We got Aldama. We've got Huff does pretty well. I don't know how to pronounce the little bitty guy that we have, but he's pretty quick. So I dig him, but I just can't, I don't know. It's hard to do anything with all those big guns out for us with Ja, Bain, and Smart out. I know we got Jaren Jackson, of course. I think Gigi's still out, if I'm not.
Gigi's still out, yeah. Yuki Kamamura.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Awesome.
Castleton's a game time decision.
But you do have guys. You still have LaRavia. I mean, he can shoot well. Edie now is a bench guy. I guess they put him to the bench now. Kennard he's hot or cold. That's usually, and Huff was making his moves against the Lakers.
Yeah, you got Clark playing center.
Yeah, so I mean, it's hard to back either one of those. I take the over in that one. Just probably a lot of points being put up there. So
yeah, from Chris, move on over to Solo.
Yeah, the Memphis Portland game. I like Scottie Pippen Jr. to get the double-double. I think they run up and down. I think he pushed the pace. I think this total goes over. And what was the other game? I'm sorry. The
Lakers, Raptors.
Yeah, the Lakers. I'm sorry, the Lakers. The Lakers play zero defense. We got to wait on day-to-day Davis every night. Either way, this total is going to go over. The Lakers play zero defense. I'm scared of the I can't lay that 10.5. I took the Raptors spread the other night. They didn't cover. I'm a little iffy on that. I'm just going to take the Lakers in the over.
Yeah, I agree with you. A lot of those wins at home were phony wins. They were winning with bad defense. And well, all of a sudden, when they got to the road, look at the numbers and look at the box scores. You can see for yourself what's going on with this Laker team. It hasn't changed much defensively. Got a little better offensive numbers here. We've seen it at home. I'll look here as well. These are 2 over games, Memphis and Portland. As we've talked about that here, I think we'll see a fast pace, not a whole lot of resistance on defense from anybody here. We see, we got Simons in there, Sharp in there for Portland. You're going to see a lot of running and not a lot of D there. And I'm going to agree here with the over. I'm going to go with the over in this Lakers and Toronto game. I just look at the issue with Toronto here in back-to-backs, road back-to-backs. I think it's 5-0 the over. They're also 9-1 to the over, playing their 3rd road game in 5 days. So whenever they're on long trips, they're usually out west, and you get that road fatigue hits in. After 5 days on the road. So 9-1 the over. I'm going to take this over. Also, LA has been 11-3 to the over at home against losing teams. What do losing teams usually do? They usually don't play defense. There's no resistance there. So look for the over in that one between LA and Toronto. Let's continue here on the Tony This Morning Show. And like we do with college basketball, we'll just ask the cappers what they have. We're not going to be doing these time blocks, probably not until Army-Navy week. But we've got pretty sizable card from college hoops. So I'll ask the cappers, give us what you got. Some of them may pass because there's such a lot going on right now. So let's ask Rod, give us what you got here from college hoops.
I like Detroit Mercy at home here against Niagara. Niagara didn't look good in their first game of the season. They went way over because they got beat down in that one. Detroit Mercy got a nice cover. They got disrespected and got given way too many points in that matchup. So now at home here in this one, home opener, I like Detroit Mercy. Lay the points with Detroit Mercy there. I like give me the over 156, Michigan, Wake Forest. Both those offenses can definitely run it up. And I think that's what you get there, a higher track meet. Give me the over 156 in that one. And then one more I like UC Irvine here, plus the 3.5. They looked real good in that first game. I know Northern Iowa is a solid team as well. This is going to be a great game I'm tuning into this afternoon. But I like the Anteaters plus the 3.5 against Northern Iowa. They got a shot to outright Northern Iowa in that one. A couple I like in that spot today.
Yeah, I noticed you stood away from your home team, Canada's home team.
And
open 16 and a half. Now 23. Look at this.
And now it's at 23, right? It's like, Gonzaga's going to win that game, but do they cover that 23 number? If they play like they did in that opening night, they'll cover 40 in that spot, right? So it's all in how they love to beat up Baylor. You can see it in that game. It's almost they can control that game right from start to finish. And it's do they want to cover 23? You know what? Lay it with the Zags. I think they win by 30 plus. Do it. Lay it with the Zags.
The line move of the night, 16.
I love
now to
they're
23.
So deep. You look, they're so deep. That's why it jumped, right? It went from 16 and a half to 23. It's not like they just have a starting 5. They got a starting 5 and another starting 5 that could go out there and play on the bench. So the Zags have a bench. Watch out. They're going to go far this season, are the Zags, and make some noise. They made the Sweet 16 last year. I think they make it again and maybe even go farther. I'm going to predict it now. The Gonzaga Bulldogs make the Elite 8 this season. They're that good.
Gonzaga is Western Canada's TV market. So that's
it is. So I get to watch every game. I get to watch. I get to see the after coverage. I get to see them talk. I even have some fans on Twitter that I follow on the Zags. That the one girl, the Zags girl is what I call her. She's like a diehard Zags fan, and she goes to every game. You see tweets on every game. She goes to practices too and gets shots of guys shooting balls and everything. That's what you got to do. You get those inside information from her before I find out someone's going to be out before that anybody else knows. That's what you got to do. So I definitely follow the Zags the most out of any college basketball.
The key to these is find out who the trainers are and find out who they're talking to in the pregame warmups.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Who are they doing the most work on? Yeah. Who
are they talking to? That keep an eye on those trainers. Know who they are. All right, move on over to Ron.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Rod. I love the Anteaters here. Give me UC Irvine. That's one of my dogs. And my other dog I like Wake Forest over Michigan. So give me those two for today.
Yeah, from Ron, move on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Creighton FDU game. I'm going to just take the over. I mean, you look at what these guys are doing on the road. FDU's putting up 72 points, but I mean, with what Creighton's putting up averaging over 100 points at home, I think we get over 164, no problem. So that's what I'm looking at today.
There from Chris, move on over to Solo.
Yeah, I like the LSU game. Late in 19. I think Matt McMahon is in his third season coming over from Murray State. I think he finally has the players. I think they played a good game versus ULM the other day. Really shut them down. I don't think who was it? Alabama A&M or Alabama State. I don't think they have the athletes. I was looking at that Michigan Wake Forest game. I saw Wake Forest. Yeah, I saw Wake Forest was clearly the better team. They were ranked like 21 as far as the way I was doing my rankings efficiency rating and wise. But I really like Dusty May. I think we see some points. So I think I'm gonna take the over.
Yeah, that one is neutral court game tonight. I got to see where this is.
Yeah,
Greensboro Coliseum.
Greensboro. Okay, so near in that time part of the country.
It's in North Carolina.
North Carolina. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Morning Show. As we'll move on over to hockey. So that means we have to say goodbye to Solo because Solo still has no skates. Let's see what Solo has going over at Tony's Picks right now. As Solo has been putting up some really good numbers right now. We'll put him up there in the NBA. 613 units of profit. What do you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
I got a 5-pack today. I got 3 NFL, 1 NBA, 1 college basketball. We're gonna take it slow. We'll be firing back heavy tomorrow. We kind of cooking a little bit in college basketball. It's early right now, seeing the board pretty good. NBA, we getting better each and every day. We was taking some heavy dogs at the beginning. We slowing down, getting off the gas, and picking the right spot. So we're gonna continue to stack it up brick by brick. Pair me up with one of the good cappers over at the site. You see the same guys at the top of the leaderboard every night. You see Rod, you see Ron, you see Chris, you see Tony T. Pair us up. Let's make some money.
That's right, guys. You got over at Tony'sPicks.com. Both the long-term passes, there's one-day passes. You get on board there. Of course, remember, a good time to get that 3-day pass. Get all the NFL coverage here, NBA as well, in the next 3 days. Monday Night Football is tomorrow, too. So that's a good time to do, or longer-term pass. You make the choice. Whatever you do, remember the promo code Tony T at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. You'll find that link to Tony's Picks in the description. All right, Solo, it's always great having your show. Continue that great success.
Good luck to everybody, man.
We'll catch up with you later.
Good luck, buddy.
Good luck, Solo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You too.
All right. Yeah. All right. Let's continue here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show as we get ready here to get on the ice. That means Chris and I will be spectators in this segment. We'll cover in this segment, we'll cover the Sharks Devils. Well, these are the 3 on the ice today. Sharks Devils. Looks like the Devils laying 330 here, total 6.5. Wild and Blackhawks. Wild $1.80, total 6. Blue Jackets and the Ducks. We've got the Ducks are going to catch the Black Jackets here on a back-to-back. Ducks $1.06 both sides. Total here 6.5. We go to Rod.
Yeah, a couple back-to-back spots. That Columbus Anaheim is a back-to-back spot there as well. It's 6.5. Oof, that total's like insane. Give me the under 6.5 there in that one. That's way too many goals for those two teams. We see what Columbus did last night, and they got whooped by your Kings there, Tony. Yeah. It was a 5-2. They only mustered 2 goals. Ducks are barely mustering 2 goals themselves. You're
right to the puck line.
Yeah, see? Did I say that? There's only one way to go. Is you got to take the Kings on the puck line. Hold your nose. It wasn't the greatest spot, but they got the job done as always there against Columbus. And as you see, Columbus struggled to score goals in that one. So now they're coming in and facing a Ducks team that's struggling to score goals. It looks like a 2-2 heading to OT. Somebody gets the win late there in that one. Take the under 6.5. Can't believe that total's at 6.5. I'm surprised it hasn't dropped yet to 6. So jump on it quick. Then I'm looking at the San Jose taking on the Devils there in that one, and you look, hey, the Devils are on the back-to-back. Do you want to lay 350 with the Devils? Not this guy. No chance. You look at the last 10 head-to-head between these two teams. And the Sharks have covered the puck line in 9 of those 10 games if they haven't outrighted the Devils. I know they only play a couple times a year, but I'm going to take the Sharks plus the puck and a half there in that one. I think the Devils, as we seen last night, they struggled with the Islanders. So now you're coming in and facing a Sharks team that's playing some good hockey. Celebrating's back for the Sharks as well. This will be, his 3rd game back? Yeah, give me the Sharks plus the puck and a half there in that one.
Yeah, from Rod, and move on to Ron.
No, I agree with Rod on the Anaheim Columbus. Those styles have just been awesome in that, and I think the under is there. And I'm going to take Anaheim as well. Nice spot against the Jackets coming off a back-to-back last night. I love Minnesota, 7-2 on the road, 8-1 on the spread on the road. puck line. Lay the extendo on this one. Yeah, I think Minnesota gets it done big time. And, I'm not going to fade that nice trend this year. That's 65%. And that is an underdog interconference. So I'm going to take a shot with the Sharks as well. Give me the Sharks at least on the puck line, but we'll sprinkle on the money line on that one.
Yeah, from Ron. We got you through the NHL. Now it's time for our parlay peripheral segment where the Cappers give you parlays. They can give you picks from any sports they choose, player props. They make the call. We go to Rod.
Now, for me, I got a few. We're going to go with some props here today. First prop we're going with is I'm going to take Saquon Barkley to get the first touchdown. Nice little plus 370 on that going against Dallas. I think he can run it in for the Eagles there. So give me Saquon Barkley first touchdown. Same game, we're looking at Rush. Cooper Rush under his throwing yards. 209.5 is what I see. He's went under those yards in 5 straight. So when we see Cooper Rush, he ain't throwing bombs and throwing. He's going to be dinking, dunking all over the place today for the Cowboys. Definitely no long bombs there. Give me the under 209.5 there in that one. And then the one that I like, Arizona, taking on the Jets. Give me James Conner, 2 touchdowns today. I think he has a big game against the crappy Jets. I think he gets 2 touchdowns, plus 600. James Conner, 2 TDs there today for Arizona.
There we go from Rob. Move on over to Ron.
Yeah, we'll do another 3 sport. Last 2 times on the show, I gave you some European soccer and at once. So let's start off with that. Give me Monza. Monza playing today in Italian Serie A. So take Monza on the money line there. And let's go to the NFL. And we're going to take on the money line the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then in the NBA, I'm going to go with the Golden State Warriors plus the points.
There from Ron on over to Chris.
We're going to stick with the NBA. I'll take the Pacers and probably Pacers money line. We'll go Dallas to cover and Sacramento Kings on the money line.
All right, I'll give you a 3-team parlay here from NFL. I'll take Falcons Saints over the total. I'll also take Denver plus the points and Eagles Cowboys to go over the total with my 3-team parlay. All right, let's take a look at what the Cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Head into a huge week here of action, and of course, weekend as well. Head into next week. Lots going on with all these sports overlapping. This is the time to get on board with your long-term pass. We'll see what Rod has for sale over at Tony's Picks. Having a great year in college football. Rod, what do you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
Then over at Tony's Picks today, I've got an NFL Sunday ticket. Gives you 5 plays I absolutely love. Then I got my NHL sniper play going. So definitely jump aboard. I've got a total 5, 6, 8 plays today that I love in between the NFL and NHL. I'm going to put a couple more NHL in very shortly. So jump aboard today and let's have ourselves a big day. The week ahead's even bigger. I looked ahead and man, we got college basketball. We got so much college football yet. NFL right back at it. Hockey's right back at it. NBA. Now's the time to get on that long-term pass. And that way you don't miss out on any of the plays that I got rolling over at Tony's Picks. Jump aboard. Use that Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off. And hey, don't forget that Capper promotional as well. Pair me up with any one of the other hot Cappers you see at Tony's Picks. 2 for 1. Having 2 Cappers, put one in your pocket. Best deal to go over there at Tony'sPicks.com. Jump over. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Indeed. Get on board with Ron over at Tony'sPicks.com. We'll ask Ron what he's got for sale over at Tony's Picks. Been hot over the last 7 days.
Yeah, a nice day in college football yesterday, and NFL's been smoking the last couple of weeks. So definitely up in that, and pretty much all sports the last 30 days. So let's make sure you get a long-term package. That's your best bet on that one. I'll have a best bet in the NFL, obviously, today. Probably a best bet in NBA and definitely NHL today. And I'll have a 3-pack in the NFL to get you by this afternoon. But yeah, like Rod said, pair us up. You know, all of us are on the leaderboard. Everybody you're seeing on the show, we're doing very well. And make sure you use that code Tony T at checkout.
That's right, Tony. Check it. It'll save you that 15% off. So click to the site, guys, in the description. So get signed up. We'll ask Chris what he's got for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Been hot here in the NFL over the past 7. Chris, what do you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
Today I've got a best bet in NBA, best bet in NFL. Been doing pretty good, like you said, in the NFL recently. Last week was great for me. College football was really good yesterday. So yeah, we're just gonna keep on with that. I'm just kind of dialed it down to one play in each today. I had a big day yesterday, so I kind of dialed it down to one play in both those today. But yeah, look forward to the week ahead. I'll have some more totals and stuff here coming up that cashed yesterday. So like I said before, I'm getting into doing a lot of totals and having success with that. So yeah, just pair me up with somebody else on here. Everybody's great, and also use that promo code TonyT 15%.
50% off. Use that promo code. Link in the description. Go ahead and get signed up right now. I've got a best bet on the board right now here from the NFL. Also, I've got a 3-pack as well. 4 premiums for me right now in the NFL. Number 3 in the NFL at Tony6.com here for 2024. So every time you get on board with me, you might consider the 3-pack, 3-day package as well. You'll get my plays for tonight as well as tomorrow, Monday Night Football. Of course, all my coverage here, NBA, NFL, college hoops, college football. If you get that longer-term pass into the 7-day pass, so you make the choice. Your long-term passes are great value now with all these sports overlapping. Get on board with the long-term with me, and of course, promo code TonyT at checkout will save you that 15% off. Multi-cap promotions as well will save you more money. The link to our site is in the description. All right, we got you through this part of Tony's Picks Morning Show, guys. Let's see here. I wanted to see if we had one more comment on the screen from somebody.
Yeah,
good luck, everyone, as well. Giants
suck. Yeah. Boy, they are so bad.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
They're to this Carolina team losing 10-0 here early on. All right, before we sign it off, we'll be back again tomorrow live 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So guys, make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications, be live with us so you get the picks here in real time from us. And of course, a lot of content here on the Tony Six Morning on YouTube channel. Let's ask Rod. Rod, what do you got up there on the Tony Six YouTube channel right now?
Right now, I got all the hockey covered today. I threw up an NFL 3-team parlay as well for today's NFL action. Definitely want to go check that out. Love that parlay. Let's get it. Then going forward, hey, we're gonna have more hockey. Maybe deep in some of this college basketball. Once we, like I said, we're starting to get numbers. You'll see me dive into college basketball a little more. I like college basketball. Love it, but I like to get a little more numbers. So I tread lightly early on in college basketball. I just pick my spots. And then watch out. I'm like, it's college sports. You see what I do in the college football. I do the same thing in college basketball. My volume will start to ramp up as the season rolls on in college basketball. So I'll throw out some videos there for you as well. So going forward, but definitely be on the lookout. Lots of content coming from the cappers here at Tony's Picks. It's great to see lots of the cappers jumping in, and the content at the YouTube is on the rise. So definitely go check it out. It's lots, and get more as the days go by. So good to see.
Absolutely. Ron, what do you got planned here for this week coming to Tony Speaks YouTube?
Yeah, we got obviously we missed it last week. I had surgery last week, so missed out on that. But we're going to get the NFL and the college rundown once again this week with Rod. And also, I'd like to say happy birthday. We got a few in the chat. The Marine Corps. Happy birthday to the United States Marine Corps today. And tomorrow's Veterans Day. So thank you for your service, all you veterans out there. That's right.
Absolutely. Agree there. Chris, what can we find from you over at Tony's YouTube channel?
I've got my NBA videos, and as we ramp up, I didn't know. I guess they changed it to where it was like the in-season tournament last year. I guess it's called the NBA Cup this year. So I think that starts on the 12th. As that comes up, I'll be having videos on that. As we get into that, of course, I want to do the same thing like Rod said with college basketball and kind of tread lightly into the NBA Cup. You never know how that's going to go. It's just kind of an in-season type thing. But I'll be posting videos about that and posting some more videos on the NBA. Try to get that out there. Just had a really hectic work schedule this week, so it kind of limited my time getting home late at night and everything. So more NBA and the NBA Cup coming up. We're going to cover that for sure.
Davis will be off the injury report.
Yeah, he'll be off. They'll figure out now. These teams will figure out what it's all about. You mean we could get $1 million in their
defending champs, man?
Yeah.
Well, they won the first one. They don't have to win another one. LeBron got the first one, so after that, it's free for all.
Yeah, that's right. We'll see what happens here as the matchups. We'll start to see how the matchups set. See how they and Tuesday we'll start to see the funky courts up there, new uniforms. It's again, listen. As long as they're paying the guys to do it, they actually at the end of the day, I think it's the finalists are just playing one extra game at the end of it, and they're getting good. They're making good money anyway for that win. So that's how it rolls there. Here, so that's gonna do it here for 26 Morning Show back again tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Before we close, anybody have any final words before we go?
Good luck,
Have
everybody.
yourself a good day. Good luck.
All right, good luck. All right, that's going to do it. Wait, goodbye, guys. You guys make it a winning Sunday. We'll be back here tomorrow on the 26 Morning Show, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time.